Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Freedom Week Dark and the Multiverse of the Master Mage, a little night music. Thank you for joining us for your weekly dose of superhero shenanigans. My name is Alex, and I will be your humble game master this evening. Tonight we are playing Green Ronin Publishing's Mutants and Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG. M&M is a D20 system, which uses its simple mechanics to generate cinematic superhero action. Gameplay is quick and narrative with enough crunch to allow a ton of flexibility for gamers looking to tell stories ripped right out of their favorite comics and movies. Also a wide open character creation system to bring your ideal superhero to life. It also has the best player currency in all of gaming, the Hero Point. These points can be used to reroll dice, edit a scene, and to modify or improve a character's powers for a quick burst of awesomeness. Hero points are earned by leaning into genre tropes, acting heroically, good role-playing, jokes I think are funny, jokes I think aren't funny, and suffering setbacks just like superheroes and other media. However, here at the Untold Stories Project, we have another way for our plucky heroes to earn these points. That is from you, the audience. Anyone who follows, subscribes, or renews a subscription, or donates bits to the stream is given a hero point that you may give to the hero or game master of your choice. We've gathered some hungry heroes today. Say, nom 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 heroes.
Nom 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 heroes.
Yes.
Just like you, Kevin.
And thank you, Jonesy, for subscribing. A hero point for Kat.
Oh, thanks, Jonesy.
If she stands on it, she'll be 5'5".
Shut up!
Wow.
Got her.
Just in case anybody is wondering, before the stream, we were having a heated discussion about height and how important it is or is not. I want to give everyone a chance to tell us a little bit about themselves, the character they'll be playing, and have them answer my question of the day, which is, describe an uncomfortable situation you've had during a meal. And I will start with Kevin.
Why me? Uncomfortable situation during a meal. I mean, normally meals are great because, like, you're eating stuff. I guess almost choking to death on a piece of celery might qualify as uncomfortable.
Not celery.
And that's why I'm a carnivore, because snake never tried to kill me. I'll kick it over to Jonesy.
Not right away, at least.
Not right away.
Hi, everybody. Kevin forgot to tell us who's playing tonight, but you know.
Oh, I'm not sure who I'm playing. Probably at least two characters: Overdrive, and that other guy who's actually two people. So I guess three characters.
Yeah,
I bet they're all
God.
overpowered.
Matthias is Sergey reincarnated, so I'm getting a personality disorder over here. Okay, back to you, Josie.
That tends to be a theme with your characters, Kevin.
You're playing Straw tonight, too. Surprise.
Oh, thanks.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jonesy, and tonight I will be playing two characters as well because we're doing dimensional hopping and we've ended up in a fantasy world. So I'm playing Mortis, our living dead guy, who is the master mage of the Crossroads and guardian of the realms of the dead, normally from Freedom City, who's now stuck in Barovia. And I'm playing Tristan, the bard who hails originally from the city of Greyhawk in a fantasy setting, and now he's stuck in Barovia. So everyone's stuck in Barovia. But as for the question of the day, I have to set the way back machine. Uncomfortable dining situation. Me, my sister, my dad, and my boyfriend, the first time they met him, and the first boyfriend they've ever been of mine, and he was a bassist in a industrial band, and I was going through my goth phase. So, and my dad was not. So that was fun. And so yeah, and with that, I'll kick it over to Kat.
Hey guys, thanks Alex for unzooming my face.
You're welcome. You wound up in Deuce's window. That was the problem.
I was so close. My head looks so big. But anyway, hi, I'm Kat. I'm playing Centuria, who is super cool and a little angry. As for my question of the day, I think Alex is actually here for this, but I don't think he was sitting near me. One year, we had a big birthday party for me, and we all went out to dinner, and I got stuck next to somebody who used to be my friend, but we don't really talk anymore. And he, for the entire duration of the dinner, which was like 2 hours, he told me about the plot of a movie he had just seen. Like he went scene by scene and described the plot of the movie as it went. And I am so socially awkward. And at 18, I was even more socially awkward, and I could not figure out how to get out of that conversation. So I just listened to him describe this horrible movie for 2 hours of my birthday dinner. And that's mine.
I don't think
So
he appreciated that venue. Like maybe in a different venue. One of my college friends, we'd come back from the bar at 2 in the morning, and he would do a deep dive analysis of The Dark Knight while we're all passed out in the living room. Marty, bro, shut up. Just go with it.
I mean, if I
Did
was
he do the
drunk and
voices?
unconscious, I wouldn't be that
It's
upset about
team
anything.
building.
it's team building.
If he does the voices though, it's great. Like you get ready to go to sleep, you hear "Swear to me."
Okay, I'm gonna pass it to Andy because I want Deuce to be last.
Oh,
Wow. Andy, skip Calvin. Just.
thought crossed my mind. Hi everyone, I'm Andy. I'm here for our Wednesday night shenanigans. You can also find me over on the website where I post some blogs every now and again, and on YouTube there is a Storyforge series. You can go watch me talk about character creation in a couple of systems. Tonight I also am playing 2 characters. I have Resonant, our resident gem mage, and I have Tyrion Vale, our cleric of Istis, reluctant cleric of Istis, probably the more apt term. And for me, awkward dinner. Getting hit on while I'm at dinner with my girlfriend
Sorry.
by somebody who's drunk.
Wow.
Not you.
Sorry.
Deuce, come on, man.
I would
Gosh
say,
darn
your
it,
boundaries.
Deuce.
Know your boundaries.
I would say
I don't
that's probably
drink.
the most awkward. And yeah, Deuce, go ahead.
Oh man.
Fuck
Hey everybody.
you, Andy, I'm sorry.
Oh, got the hard F from Cat.
Now
It's
I have
good
to
day.
laugh during
I know, it's the
Calvin's
first 10 minutes too.
introduction.
Howdy,
You're
I'm
not
the
going to?
Deuce. I am the match game to Kevin's Name That Tune of classic game shows of the Untold Stories Project. I'm playing the Gator Man. If you take a gator, take a man, shove them together, you get a Gator Man. But right now he's a man because he become a gator or a man. Yep, it's that kind of fun. To answer the question of the day, feel free to check out yesterday's stream because there's a great example of a crying 7-year-old and ice cream. But don't worry, I got your back, and my bag of tricks is pretty deep. So we'll go with a different uncomfortable situation for you all. So I take several of my friends out to dinner one evening because everyone had had a bit of a hard day. A nice little sit-down restaurant. We're sitting there eating, and the waitress comes by to order drinks. I order mine. My friend next to me orders his drink. It's important for the story later. He orders his drink, and the rest of my friends order. She goes, comes back a little bit later, brings out the drinks, goes, "Are you ready to order?" I go, "Yeah, it'd be great." I put in my order, and my friend next to me, who again ordered his own drink, goes, "Yeah, I think I want a cheeseburger." And without missing a beat, the waitress looks from him to me and goes, "Does he like French fries?" As if he was incapable of ordering for himself. And regrettably, my response to this woman is, "Does that look like he likes French fries?" To which point, all I could see is her realizing what she's done, and my friend going, ah. So he gets his French fries, and it was a fun, awkward silence for that poor waitress. So,
Oh,
yeah, uncomfortable.
she thought
Don't
about
worry.
that for the rest of her life.
Oh, she did. And so did I. It's a great story, and it's in the bag. So, with that, to the man with the plan and the bow that goes, Calvin.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, hey, everyone. I'm Calvin, and I'm playing Bowman, the agile archer with the awesome array of arrows. To answer the question of the day, I was trying to think of an answer for an awkward meal experience that was a story that was worth repeating. I couldn't think of anything too embarrassing, although there was a lightly embarrassing moment when oh gosh, when was this? This was over 10 years ago at this point, because I was in my early 20s maybe. And I was having a birthday thing at a restaurant, and for some reason, I mean, they were doing the whole song and everything, and at this restaurant apparently they bring like okay, I don't know why, but usually for younger patrons, I guess they have like a box of toys, so you can pick like a free toy from it if it's your birthday. And they brought it to me for some reason, and I was like, "Bet I'm gonna get something awesome out of here." And I spent a whole bunch of time searching through it, And I don't know how long I took, but I looked up and I realized there was some other kid there that day that also had a birthday that was apparently waiting on that box. And I kind of just took possession of it for a while. So it was a little... I mean, I'm sure the kid's fine. It was ages ago.
I respect that, Calvin.
You
That's
got
good.
over it. And
I respect
I got one of those little like plastic parachute dudes that are basically like a dude and a string in a plastic bag that you can drop and they sort of parachute down. So it was worth it for me, but
You taught that kid patience. I'm proud of you.
Yes, you also taught him some humility. Now, most of you are too young to remember when the Star Wars Special Editions came out. We're standing in line to go see Return of the Jedi. Didn't know there was a door prize for the first 50 people, but back in those days, you didn't reserve your seat. So we're close because we showed up early. Some kid dressed as Obi-Wan Kenobi comes strolling up through the thing going, "Hey, can I be at the front of the line? I'm a real fan." I was a little offended by that. So I said, "Back there, Junior." And so then we got our door prizes. Yeah, so that's what he was after. So, like my friends, we filled like a whole row. So I was out on the end as he comes strolling up through. I go, "Hey, I got an action figure. How about you?" And the whole theater went, "Oh, that's right. I destroyed that child."
Yes!
I said
Oh
this.
my god!
I said this last night, but once again, the motto of the Untold Stories Project is gaming is for everyone and fuck them kids.
it wasn't on purpose. It was on my part, but
Alex, I'm confused. I might be the good twin now.
Calvin said it wasn't on purpose, but it was worth it.
yeah.
See, that's good. I like that sly, tacit approval. Yes, good job, Calvin.
You know when Kevin's agreeing with you, you did something wrong.
In this case,
Wow.
No, I think you did just the right thing, Deuce. Or not Deuce, Calvin, Jesus.
Can you
Calvin,
tell
you
none
did
of us are
this.
parents?
I think Cat's
Blessed.
short attention span is getting in the way of us moving forward. I don't know.
Can you shut up?
I mean, I guess I'll pass it back to Alex.
Yeah. How do I keep going? That's the end of the
Tell
stream.
us how
Good
you
night,
hate
everybody.
children too.
No, my story is a personal slight to myself. That was the worst thing. It's the worst meal I've ever been a part of. Kat knows this story because Kat was tangentially related to this story.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
When Kat and I both worked at Target, there was a lady that I had a crush on, and I had a coworker who also had a crush on her, who didn't tell me, despite the fact that I mentioned it often and regularly. And he and I went out to brunch one day, and he waited until after I ordered my food to say, "Hey, I'm starting to date that girl now, so we're just gonna have breakfast, you and I now, despite this betrayal I've laid at your feet." And that was the fastest I've ever eaten a stack of pancakes and left a restaurant.
At least the pancakes can soak up your tears.
That was a rough
Oh,
time
damn.
for the
And
Alex
I'm the
Kat
monster
friendship.
Deuce? I don't think so.
That's the trick. You're both the evil twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked. That was a bad time.
Oof.
So that's the energy I'm bringing into our dinner with Straw tonight for everybody else.
Oh God.
No.
We're
No.
all in
This was a whole
trouble.
theme. This was a whole theme to build up to more of Alex's trauma. Great.
Would you like some pancakes, blah?
This is way cheaper than therapy. Well, I think without further ado, we can jump into what's going to happen. Previously on Freedom and Dark in the Multiverse of the Master Mage, our heroes returned from defeating Baba Lysaga. They ran back over to the Seeing Stones where they interrogated the hag to convince her to change everybody back into their regular form. She informed the group that she was willing to do so, but if she did, everybody would advance the time that they missed in animal form. So all of the poor goat people were going to die, and that was fine. Until it wasn't fine. Our heroes got a little bit more information from her, including some stuff about the Mad Mage and sort of the lay of the land of Barovia and what she has been up to and what she thinks Strahd's up to. And then they let her go. They were true to their words. Afterwards, they met up with a flock of were-ravens back at the Wizards of Wine Winery, who told them, in no uncertain terms, that they were were-ravens and that they were informants and spies and generally a resistant cell against Strahd. And then everybody had a big party. The Vistani showed up as everybody was preparing for dinner, and they brought their trademark party along with them. Our heroes met up once again with Madame Ava, who gave them a refresher on the tarot card reading that they received in 2018, 19, whenever we did Heroes of the Mist. And then everybody got laid.
No.
Not everybody. Almost
Not
everybody.
everybody.
Yeah, not everybody.
A lot of people.
2 people. 2 people.
That's a lot.
And Centuria had to hear it.
Yes.
That's a lot for like ABC. It's not a lot for HBO.
Right. PBS kids.
Ooh.
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter O. And
No.
in the morning, our heroes received. They made a plan to check on the Mad Mage and to attend dinner that Strahd invited them to. And we end it with them all getting a lesson in etiquette from Tristan, who was now not a chicken anymore, and preparing nice clothes and loading up into the coach to be taken to Castle Ravenloft for dinner. And that is where we're going to join our heroes on the rickety road from western Barovia off to the castle. And as you guys get settled in, I'm going to deal everybody hero points because I forgot to do that.
There. He wasn't even in roll 20.
I had to refresh because all of you were not in roll 20.
What?
I was like, that can't be true. Everybody else is. You guys are there. It's just my computer doesn't think so.
So
I
now
don't
do
see
we have
Kevin
to refresh?
again.
No.
I was
That's
there
it.
the whole time.
Except Kevin's not here, so
Yeah, Kevin has to
might have to
refresh.
refresh.
Get it together, Kevin.
Another quarter in
know-
the internet machine.
All right, so hero points have been distributed, except I need to give one more to Kat because Jonesy gave that to her for his subscription.
Jonesy likes me. Yay.
Because you're the shiny, shiny, happy one, I think we're going to Strahd's castle, and therefore you will probably be the the shiny, shiny target. I mean,
The shiny, shiny, happy one. No one's ever described me that way.
You got the hero point because Tristan thinks you're purdy.
There it is.
Awesome, but yeah, the coach is rumbling along. What is everybody doing to pass the time as we're making our way?
So, have you guys met Strahd before? Kind of sounded like you had.
We've crossed paths several times.
What's he like? I mean, what can we expect from him?
He's a monster and a sociopath. Expect to be manipulated, expect to be toyed with, expect to have to fight for your life.
Okay, all good things.
So, nothing out of the ordinary then.
You come from a strange world.
he is excessively charismatic, excessively charming, and excessively dangerous.
And no one has ever beat him. Everyone that's tried has just died.
Well, died or disappeared. There's some mystery surrounding some of his more tenacious foes. Are they dead? Are they just gone? We don't know.
Know the Mad Mage is still around, and he was a foe, it sounded like. But that is not the outcome I think we'd be wishing for.
mean, I think Bowman's just working on his sunlight bomb design, so he doesn't have a lot to add at the moment.
Are you tinkering with an arrow in the back seat, or are you jotting something down in a notebook?
More like jotting something down.
Okay.
Still just a raven chilling on No Longer Chicken Friend's shoulder.
The gator raven.
Actually, I guess Bowman would ask, like, what do we know about his castle? But I should say.
The three of you who have been around Ravenloft or Barovia, you haven't been to the castle yet, but you've seen it for sure. It is a large Gothic castle that you'd expect to see in any medieval horror story.
It sits brooding on a mountaintop, oppressing the lands beneath it.
And he doesn't mean that metaphorically. You can feel that energy just bleeding off the castle into the landscape around it.
It's highly defensible, even from dragons. Before becoming the count, he was a warlord, so.
Do we know what he's wanting to discuss with us, or are we just sort of assuming he's not going to kill us as soon as we walk in the door?
That wouldn't be very sporting. He'll make a game of it, whatever it is.
Killing us outright would be boring to him. That's, yeah. Matthias mentioned. So.
He sounds lovely.
He's complicated.
Dealt with complicated before, but this seems like a different type of complicated.
Complicated and bored. He's bound here. He cannot leave these lands. I don't know many immortals, but my suspicions would be if one was immortal and could travel to alleviate the boredom, that would be one thing. But when you're immortal and you're stuck in the same place for eternity, that might grow rather tedious.
Yeah.
Happy to free him from his bonds, and Centuria will gesture to the axe on her back.
You know, they're probably going to make us check that at the door, right?
They're gonna take it?
I doubt Strahd is going to want us armed for what's supposed to be a formal dinner.
I'm always armed.
I know
She'll
that.
sort of like.
Flex her guns.
Gonna flex in the dress you're wearing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fabric tears.
Anyway.
I'd imagine Tristan got Centuria a sleeveless dress.
Her arms are too buff for these slender lady dresses.
Damn, can you imagine the back on Centuria's dress?
It's just got to be open so that she
Yeah.
can display all of her back muscles.
Mm-hmm. Muscly shoulders.
Yeah,
Stored down the back like in Wonder Woman.
she's mother for sure.
Oh.
And there's one.
All right. Well, the journey continues on, and as night begins to fall, thick, cold fog swirls around the carriage, and you feel it sort of shunted forward, almost moving through the shadows and through the mist until you arrive at the creaking gates of Castle Ravenloft. The thick, cold fog swirls around you, and you find yourselves in a courtyard, looking up at the massive stone walls of the keep. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground, and through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard, and high above this entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. Standing at the doorway, there is a tall, high widow's peaked elf with sort of olive brown skin, dressed in a tuxedo, a time period appropriate tuxedo, and he sort of steps out into the fog, bundles the colt around himself as the carriage comes to a stop and the door opens, letting you guys out.
Bark from the carriage. Assuming he offers a hand to the ladies.
Yes, he will. He will step forward and extend a hand.
When he touches Resonant, she's going to get a sense of if he's magical or not.
Give me a perception check.
31.
Jeez.
He is not inherently magical, but he does seem to have some magical items on him.
Okay.
It seems like he has a pretty nice dagger tucked away in the folds of his suit, and he has a ring on that seems to have some sort of magical effect.
Okie doke.
He says, "I bid you welcome to Castle Ravenloft. My name is Rahadin. I am the coachman and the butler to the Honorable Count Strad von Zarovich."
He's expecting us.
Indeed, yes. Dinner is in the final stages of preparation, and I would be honored if you would accompany me inside.
President will give him a short nod and kind of look to the rest of the group.
Follow.
Shift back to Man and follow.
Bowman's going to do a quick scan just to see if we are. I mean, he probably gets the sense that we're being watched, but he wants to see if he can get any numbers on that.
Give me a perception check.
There we go. Wow.
Stole all of Calvin's perception luck.
I don't know why perception's so bad now. It's too early to spend a point, so I'm just gonna live with that natural one I rolled.
Yeah, you sort of look around. You don't see anybody particularly watching you, but you definitely do get that sort of oppressive feeling that there are eyes on you. It could just be all of the grotesques and gargoyles sputtered around the towers and the buttresses.
At least he has good taste.
I'm going to give you a hero point for that. So many places to brood. But yeah, Rahadin will lead you in. The ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, as I mentioned, and 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors that suddenly swing open, revealing a grand hall filled with the sound of organ music.
So, squelches and...
Yes.
Calvin got it.
Yeah. I got you.
Ew.
Cat got it.
It took me a second.
Took her a while.
Ew, wait a minute.
Alex
That kind of
Steve.
organ. I got it. Okay.
Jeez.
You
Wow.
perverts.
It took Andy saying Calvin got it for me to actually put thought into it enough to be like, wait. Wait a second.
But yes, the organ seems to be playing itself in this great entranceway. Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great dusty hall, dimly lit by sputtering torches. They cast odd shadows against the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the dim of the domed ceiling. There are cracked and faded ceiling frescoes, and double doors of bronze stand close to the east. There's a wide staircase that climbs up into the darkness in the north, and there are another set of bronze doors to the south, which you are led through. He leads you inside, and you find yourselves in a dining hall. There are 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminating this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. There is another organ in here along the far wall, which again is pounding out organ music. Until you all come into the room and Rahadin closes the door, in which the organ stops playing. Laid out on the table, there are several silver trays containing finger sandwiches. There's some almond stuffed olives and some truffled mushroom tartlets. Rahadin will escort you in, and he says, "Please feel free to dine upon these hors d'oeuvres. I will notify my master and the other guests of your arrival."
Guests?
Indeed, my master has seen fit to invite some other people to dine with us this evening. I should be back in 10 minutes or so. Please indulge me the slight inconvenience of waiting. And he nods, and he will leave the room, leaving you guys in the room with these hors d'oeuvres. Which, Calvin, I don't know if you know this, but hors d'oeuvres like little finger foods.
Truly, wow.
Jesus.
Neat.
It's a callback. Oh my god.
If you don't know what
Calvin.
that's about, go see the Titan City Thanksgiving special, running from Thanksgiving until March.
Was that was from?
Yeah, I said, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Here, I thought we were going to be the only guests that the Count was having tonight. There's
my.
going to be others, so he's already got us off our game because we're not going to know who's here.
I mean, maybe since we brought extra people, he decided to as well. Oh.
Are you sure it's safe, Xavier?
It's pretty good, and really, it's a lot of trouble if they're just going to invite us here to poison us. It seems kind of silly. So, yeah.
I wasn't thinking poison. I was thinking something else.
He has other ways to refeed us.
To be fair, I can't smell every single thing in it, so I'm just going to kind of enjoy the mystery for once. Oh.
Yeah, it is a very delicious brie and pear finger sandwich, Gatorman.
It's surprisingly good.
Doesn't taste like log pig at all.
Okay.
Looking for the alcohol.
There is a nice wine stand on the left side of the room that has goblets laid out and several bottles of reds.
Yes.
Just not a white to be found.
Plus, Mom says it's generally impolite if you're invited to dinner and you don't try anything. You don't have to eat a lot, but at least take a bite.
Tristan looks like he wants to say something, but thinks better of it.
Okay. Well, President will try one of the olives.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty. It's marinated. It's almond stuffed. Kind of has a sweet edge to it.
Dave will look skeptically at one of the finger sandwiches and try and figure out what's in it.
Looks like cheese and
pear.
pears.
A sandwich with that? All right, sure.
Would you trust any sort of meat that they have here?
That's interesting. That's an interesting taste. It's an acquired taste. Yeah. I recommend the finger sandwiches. Go go ahead.
Tristan is grabbing alcohol for the group. And will slide up next to Centuria to give her a drink.
Bump.
She'll take it. She's like, I can't have too much. I learned my lesson last time.
It's true. You were hungover this morning.
I also have to look menacing. That's my part in the party. So she's drinking the wine, but she looks angry about it.
Yeah, I think Bowman's going to partake in some of the sandwiches as well.
Awesome. Well, after 10 minutes or so, there is a bell that sounds outside the room. And Rahadin will come back inside, accompanied by 3 figures. One of them you recognize as the vampire Sophie that you ran into when you first arrived here. She is dressed in a very elegant and lacy black dinner dress. And next to her is a guy who looks a lot like Nick Mortis. And next to him is a lady who looks a lot like Tracy, Dave.
Ugh,
Hey.
come on.
And
Trauma, get your trauma here. Got a lot of trauma for the players here.
and
Oh,
the,
where'd the trauma train?
Dave will drop the pear sandwich like, what the?
and
Multiverse Dave.
Multiverse Dave.
He knows that. He's just upset.
And they are escorted in by a strange-looking little man. He is sort of hunched over. He's got one arm that looks almost like a crab claw. He has a duck flipper for one of his feet. And his face almost looks like if Alvin and the Chipmunks were way bigger and way more upsetting.
Ew.
But the
I
important
hate
feature
that.
is he's short, right?
He is.
Done.
And Strahd's 3 brides will take a seat around the table, and they will gesture for you to sit as well. Rahadin says, it'll be just a few more moments for my master, but he told us we were okay to begin with the soup course. I will be coming in and out periodically with updates as I get them. But this is Cyrus Bellevue, and he'll motion towards the little man, who sort of stiffens up as best he can with his hunchback, and he sort of straightens his tie. He says, "Yes, I will be your maitre d' for the evening. Please, come, sit. And he'll sort of scuttle off. For the soup course, we have prepared a smoked pork soup a la Ardial. And he sort of goes and grabs, he sort of snaps his one good finger, and in comes a tray that's moving itself with several cloches that are laid out in front of all of you. Under which is a smoked pork soup.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Please, let me know if you need any refills or anything. I have, the master has given me access to our very best, very, very, very best vintages. Do you like red? Do you like white? What can I get you?
Just water, please. That'd be great.
No, you don't want that.
Why?
The water runs through you here.
Doesn't it everywhere?
Yes. But not like that. The master said I'm not allowed to talk about gross things at dinner parties, but it's like, and he sort of points at the color of the soup.
What? Like you get the runs? Or.
I'll look to my no longer chicken friend Tristan and go, I'll take whatever he recommends.
Good. Yeah, water here. Whew, you'll get bugs. You'll get dist. You'll get nothing good. Nothing good. And he'll shuffle over to Tristan. That guy says that you know what he wants.
Well, what's the main course?
And he reaches into his little pocket and he pulls out a long list. It looks like there's 10 courses for today's meal.
Oh my god. So many courses.
He says, well, today's fish course is eels stewed in nutmeg, onion, garlic, anchovy, and port. But we also have, for the first entree, roast lamb with apricots. And the second entree is roast pheasant and potatoes.
I will grab whatever I think would go best with the first
Potatoes.
course. Tristan's better at wines than I am, than Jonesy is. So Tristan will recommend whatever would make the most sense based on what food's being served.
That's fair. Alex is also not good at that, but Cyrus has a cheat sheet, so he'll go off and go find something.
Who are the brides sitting across from? Because I'm assuming it's us on one side, the bride's on the other, and Strada's going to be at the head of the table.
Yes. So Sophie and Tracy are on either side of Strahd's chair, and Nick is on the right side of Sophie. They're all sort of sitting together. And all three of them are sort of making casual conversation with each other and like casting glances your ways.
Are they seated across from any of us specifically?
Nick would be seated across from whoever wants to sit next to Tracy.
Centuria, obviously.
Nose goes. I literally put my finger on my nose. My nose goes.
Mortis will sit there. Mortis will sit there because awkward.
Yeah, Andy, I'm kind of getting a Phoenix vibe from you right now. Like you're being.
I'm trying to get information from Alex. I'm expecting this. I'm expecting this ridiculously long table and us on one side and the three of them in the other and Strahd at the front. But it sounds like it's a smaller table with them kind of like interspersed in between us. I'm trying to figure out what the heck it is.
I'm drawing a chart. I'm getting to see.
Kevin, why are you so paranoid?
I
Drawing
feel
a
like
seating
Andy
chart?
is shoveling coal onto the trauma fire. Like I feel like that's what's happening.
Like it's a formal dinner. There's no sitting chart, Alex.
I'm working on it. Give me a minute.
I think Andy was expecting that Tracy would be sitting directly across from Dave. Sophie would be
look.
directly.
Alex has so many helpers tonight.
I mean, yeah,
Trauma
I know where you're
train.
going, Jonesy. And that was my thought too. I thought that was the situation.
Sons of bitches.
You ever think
I'm trying
maybe it isn't about you guys, huh?
No.
I mean, I did, but then
2024.
Sophie, Nick,
We're
and
pretty
Tracy
sure it
walked
is.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
Alex.
thing.
Probably think this game is about you.
Nick, Sophie, and Tracy walk in. Oh, it's not about you at all. Obviously.
Maybe it's just a weird coincidence. You guys ever think about that?
Nope.
No.
No.
Not,
Trouble when you
not when
walk-
you're involved.
Yeah,
Not
with
for
you?
one freaking second.
Grumble, 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 grumble,
Trouble
grumble.
when
my
you
gosh.
walk in.
Give me a minute. I'm almost done.
I mean, if you absolutely need, we'll just give them a little southern hospitality so Gator Man can speak up and go, well, thanks for having us. I appreciate it. Let's just not be awkward while they talk to themselves.
Sizing us up.
Shit, where does everybody's name start with? S, T, N. Here we go. Alright, I'll assign seats, I guess.
First person to assign the seats. It'd be extra traumatic.
Are there little like name cards in front of the seats?
There are now.
Does it say Bowman?
No,
Or
it
does
says
it say Fletch?
Fletcher Beaumont III.
Ew! He knows your little name.
Your little name.
I mean,
It's not
Yeah.
a short name. It's a long
Does
name.
mine say Kate Leeds?
It does.
Ew! No, my name is Centuria.
Actually, it would say Kate, whatever Dave's last name is, unless you kept your name.
I always forget what his last Collins.
Yes.
Jeez. You're a terrible wife.
My husband was dead for 10 years.
You'd think you'd remember his name out of, I don't know, I don't even memory or something. But no.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Me and Kevin are gonna fight today.
All right, all right.
Today's the day.
Just today?
Dinner and a show. Best day ever.
I'm gonna ride in Alex's trunk to Pennsylvania so that I can just jump Kevin.
I'm down.
My hero points and stuff disappeared again. Damn it.
Jason would probably keep you, Cat. He'd be
Because
fine
we
with that.
kicked you out of the game.
Wow.
How did I get over there?
You guys mouthed off. That's how you got over there.
Damn. Damn.
Oh Lord. Why am I sitting next to Overdrive?
Refer
Are
to
you
what I
talking
told
about-
Bowman.
That's from Tracy.
Because that's what the card said.
Ah,
Yeah, the cards.
You could have sat next to Tristan, but no.
Actually,
I
wait
see
a
how it
minute.
is.
Those
Yeah, there we go.
cards.
Now it's better.
Now it's better.
oh yay! I get to sit next to Tristan. Was I sitting next to Gatorman before?
No.
No, you're
You're
sitting next
sitting
to
next to
Tyrion
Tyr.
before.
Oh no, I don't want to sit next to Tyrion. No offense.
That's okay.
He's a
Damn.
bummer.
Mm,
Damn.
it's fair.
Tyrion, Tracy will lean over and say, "Is that guy looking at me funny?"
Which one in particular?
Across from me, he has a look on his face that seems pained.
I'll look at Overdrive. Probably.
That's just his face.
Dave, I know you're new to the whole multiversal romantic partner thing. That's not her.
Right.
Trust
I mean, I
me.
get that part.
Fangs are a dead giveaway.
Why has the multiverse ever got to make everything so personal?
It's probably just some dude that's controlling it all that hates all the people involved in it. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Giving myself a hero point.
Centurion and Dave turn and look at the camera. Then look back.
Do not trifle with the dark powers of Ravenloft. They are known as Alex.
Oh my god.
Rule of streaming: do not break the fourth wall.
Oh, that wall. I think we tore that wall down to make more room in the living room.
I'm fairly certain we did. When somebody took a page out of the M&M handbook and destroyed it.
Yeah.
Then we went to Steve's
What?
house to get another one. Oh yeah, you missed that, Kevin. They got into a fight where the source book was involved, and one of the players transmuted one of the pages into stone. And I was like, "Well, I don't know what happens now." I guess,
What?
yeah.
It
It was.
also happened to be the page on Hero Point, so those didn't work for a
No,
hot
it was
minute.
the page. It was the page on Magic.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it was a piece of the index, and
Mhm.
so all of the words in that page of the index were gone.
Oh my lord.
That's rough.
Is anything else pressing happening while you guys are eating your soup when Cyrus comes back with the wine for everyone?
No.
I mean, I think all our personal traumas will be time consuming enough.
The soup's really good, Cyrus.
Thank you. Thank you. I made it myself.
Tristan's gonna lean into this, Centuria. So, do they know the brides? Lizzie's looking towards the front of the table.
Yeah. And then Centuria will just like give him the rundown in the most gossipy way possible.
So you're spilling all the tea. That's what
Girl
you're
to
saying.
girl.
Yep. Goblets full of tea.
No, the tea comes later. Cyrus just sort of like inserts his face in the middle of your conversation.
Oh god.
It's always time for tea.
Centuria will leave herself out of it though. Between her and Dave's
Mhm.
past, she doesn't mention that
Of
part.
course she will.
That's not. That's not his business.
Oh, everybody else's business is his business.
But so
Uh-huh.
so for Mortis, this is not that unusual. His love interest being dead, right? What you?
Yeah, Mortis
Yeah.
has an odd life.
Okay.
Bowman, as you're sitting there, white knuckled on the silverware, Sophie's gonna like sit up, and you hear her sniff a couple times, and she'll stand up, and she's gonna come around to behind you and put her face next to your ear,
Ew.
and she's just gonna say, "I think you I don't think you should smell like her when the master arrives."
Seems like sound advice. And who is it that I should not be smelling like?
She bares her fangs, and she says, "You know who. His favorite plaything."
Right here. I'm sorry.
Cyrus could take you to the washroom if you need.
Ooh. Does Bowman want to poke this bear?
Heck yeah.
This vampiric bear.
Cologne arrow in the chat.
Never leave home without it.
If we were on Earth Prime, yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's probably Drakkar Noir. I mean, just knowing Bowman, but most of you are too young to get that reference, and that's okay.
Ooh.
Axe.
Yeah, it's the axe of
Ew.
the it's the axe of the 1980s.
It's the axe arrow, but it's not what you think it is.
So bad.
Your eyes, but where you think they are.
Anyway.
Sorry, I'm just trying to decide. Gosh, I really want to see what happens if. What would Bowman do? I mean, Strahd probably feels like, and most likely does have the upper hand here. So, I don't know. We got to do
Safe
something to.
assumption.
Knowing they could probably track you that way and hunt you down.
But he could do that anyway. But I guess Bowman would be worried about Irina's safety, and then if Strahd's able to track them, then he would know that Bowman's been around, or maybe around Irina in the future. So,
Around.
Bowman's been around. That's right.
damn it.
Rice round, baby, rice round.
He will give it a moment of thought and then say, "Cyrus, if you don't mind, where's your washroom? I would like to freshen up a bit."
Oh, yes, of course. Please, please. And he'll come over. He'll put just the bottle of wine on the table in front of you, and he'll put his little hand up to, like, lead you there.
Yep, Bowman will follow.
And Sophie will put both her hands on your shoulders, give him a good rub. Say, "That's a good boy." Then she'll run over back to her spot.
Ew.
Damn.
I don't like this entire interaction.
Okay, as if the question of the day wasn't clue enough.
Giving me the ickies.
You knew this is exactly where Alex was going. Come on.
Yes.
Ugh.
Alex is in the middle
Oh,
of this crime.
Uncomfortable dinner. Let me put that in your mind while I unload an uncomfortable dinner for you.
I got you this. I made it myself.
You're about to have another one. Ugh.
Yeah, I imagine, like, her skin is, like, very cold to the touch.
Yes.
Mm.
And she has a really, like, solid, like, almost like a steel grip. Like, you've been hurt by super-powered people before. You recognize super strength when you feel it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
At least it's not two speedsters.
Oh, impartial referee, GM. Impartial referee.
No, I'm just saying Bowman's got reason to not like speedsters.
Well, two specific ones.
Yeah.
That and baseball bats.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he will, like, repress a shudder. Try not to think about his version of Sophie wearing that same dress, and follow Cyrus to the washroom.
Amazing. Yeah, as Cyrus leads Bowman out of the dining hall, Rahadin will come back in, accompanied by a tray of salads. He says the salad course is served. Romaine with light olive oil and red wine vinaigrette. And I must ask again for a little further indulgence for the continued delay of my master. He will be here soon.
Thing okay?
Yes, he is just wrapping up a matter. You know, the...
Insight roll.
Yeah, give me an insight roll.
He's just finishing torture.
His previous dinner's not agreeing with him very much.
That'd be funny.
That's a 20 for Resonant and a 30 for Tyrion. Is that crit?
Wow. You get the impression that Rahadin is very adept at covering for Strahd's less civilized tendencies. You think that Strahd is doing something untoward in preparation of getting ready for this night's evening. Probably, as Tristan said, his meal is not agreeing with him.
He's literally arguing with his victim.
Yeah, gotta hold him down. They keep trying to escape.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he probably needs to freshen up a little bit after, the murder.
Right.
Blood everywhere.
That's a weird bathroom talk when Bowman and Strahd meet.
Centuria will actually lean over to Dave. Should Bowman be going to the bathroom by himself?
But I mean, that's a guy thing. We don't go in groups.
Okay, but we're in an evil castle ruled by a big dictator. You think that's safe?
Fair point. Hey, hold up, Fletch. I gotta go too.
Sure.
We don't go by.
And Kot just got it.
Everybody get the buddy system.
Tonight's issue of Sexism brought to you by Overdrive.
He's actually in Sexism Quarterly.
Oh.
But yeah, Cyrus has his little hand up and he's leading Bowman along out of the dining hall, down a few hallways and corridors into a very ornate bathroom. It's got solid slate floors, massive snaking pipes leading into this very ornate Medusa-style sink and bathroom situation. There are no moaning ghosts in here, however.
Fair enough.
That's good. That would make the bathroom uncomfortable. I mean,
On
who wants
the
that kind of pressure?
on the way, Bowman was going to strike up a brief conversation with Cyrus. Just starting with, so tell me, Cyrus, how long have you been working for Count von Zarovich?
Oh, I have been a loyal servant of Count von Zarovich for my whole life.
And is it just you and Rahadin here? I imagine you need more staff to maintain a castle of this size.
There are some others, and there are some others, but we are the public-facing servants.
Public facing?
Yes, we're the ones who interact with visitors to the Count. He doesn't have very many, so he doesn't have much need for people as presentable as myself.
Mm.
And he sort of puffs himself up.
I understand.
How do you think I've been doing? Has it been going okay?
Yeah, he'll be polite. You've been doing well.
Thank you. This is my first time. I really want to get it right.
Well, you're doing admirably, so keep it up.
Thanks. It's the longest I've been.
Been where? Been what?
In a position with the Count.
What would you do normally?
Oh, Normally, it's a hard question. I was only born like 5 days ago.
Hmm?
Sometimes I feel the same way.
Side eye for Bowman.
But
He's
when
not talking, but he is judging.
when there are not guests here, I go into the kitchen and I talk to the staff in there and make sure that all the food is being made correctly, and I tend to the ingredients.
Well, I'm sure the ingredients are well dealt with. What manner of ingredients are you talking about?
Oh,
People.
villagers, priests, very large wolves, hags sometimes.
And are those the ingredients that the staff intend to prepare for tonight?
No. Count von Zarovich made sure that all of the food that is being prepared for all of you is to your palate.
What a gracious host he is.
Yes, he would never feed somebody to somebody unwillingly. For the consumer, not for the person who's getting consumed.
Understandable.
Here's a towel. And he gives you a towel.
Yes, if you don't mind.
And over there in the stall, you'll find some vampire-grade soap. Good for all your crevices.
Thank you again, Cyrus. I believe my friend and I will be able to find our way back when we're done.
Yeah, we're so done.
Do you need a towel too?
You go ahead and keep that. I'll just air dry him. Yeah, here.
Air dry him?
My hands.
He sort of looks at his hands. Why would you wash your hands?
Oh,
The guests are waiting for the next round, Cyrus, or the next course, I'm sure.
yeah. Get to that. I'm not eating. Move yourself. Don't eat anything. Those
You already
hands have touched. Shut up. You're not there. Role play it.
And Cyrus will say, I'll be outside when you're done. I'll lead you back. Unless you would like me to send one of the other staff down here to retrieve you.
No, it's not too far.
I'm not supposed to leave anybody unattended in the castle. I can get somebody to come down here. It's okay. It'll be quick.
Well, the Count seems rather busy, so no one will know except the three of us, and
Give
well, I
me a-
imagine we're all quite good at keeping secrets.
Right. I mean, we can find. We're good. We can find our way.
Give me a persuasion check, and I'll give you a +2 bonus for being nice to Cyrus.
Yeah. Fletch grew up knowing you gotta be nice to the staff. Oh, too bad his persuasion is terrible. Wow. I'm gonna. That seems point worthy.
Bowman got a 3.
Oof.
5 with the +2.
Oh
Yeah, it's
my
after 8 o'clock. Time to spend a point.
God. That's not better.
I mean,
It's a lot
numerically it's
better.
but
He was nice to the help. He didn't know how to address the help. Stop calling him the help. That's the first step.
With a 16, I'll roll a check, see what Cyrus thinks about it. With his will
that's a
save.
one.
I mean, I got an 8 total. He sort of looks up at you. He looks up at Overdrive. Okay, you're right. I do need to get the salads out. But if you're not back in like 15 minutes, how long does it take you to clean your body?
Oh,
15 minutes is plenty
yeah,
time.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
That's a lot of real estate. He kind of looks up and down.
well, we're dining with the Count, so we want to
This
be
ain't
sure
Mardi
we're
Gras. Let's
presentable.
move along. Get back to the kitchen. What the hell?
He's like, you are sort of like smooth though. There's not a lot of crannies. Okay, I'll be back in. You're not back in 15 minutes, I'll send somebody to come down here to get you.
If I'm not back in 15 minutes, I'll be in the corner puking. Just go. Go do your thing.
Heaven's sake.
If you do need to puke, the vomitorium is down the hall.
The vomit.
Do you have a room for that? Jeez, this castle has everything.
And he'll shovel off
Apparently.
back to the dining room.
God, Fletch, I thought you found the one normal guy in this whole stupid land, and now, nah. No. Note to self. No more talking to the locals.
I mean, that other guy we met with the bow seemed pretty normal.
Oh God, of course. But he didn't alliterate enough, so don't get too Jones with that guy.
In any case, we've got about 15 minutes to, I don't know, check out as much as we can. It was probably pretty obvious, but Cyrus has at least proven that there are other staff around here. Obviously we don't have numbers though.
Right. Well, I'm not really my old self, but I got these nifty boots that seem to reminisce about the good old days.
How much can you cover in 15 minutes?
Uh,
How much can you cover unseen in 15 minutes?
Hey, I got myself some skill. Yeah, it's pretty decent stuff.
As far as I know, you've been out of the game for a bit.
Yeah.
Not that I'm doubting
sorry.
you.
I thought Tracy and Centuria were back in the other room. I didn't realize they came to the bathroom with us. Hey, I still got it. I mean, okay, so I'm semi-depowered and dressed like a Renaissance fair refugee, but that's beside the point. I can still speedster it up. So my move is 1,800 feet per round. I imagine that's quite a bit of scouting in this here castle.
Yeah, that'd probably get you a pretty decent way.
So you want stealth and perception?
I would. And I'll give you a +2 circumstance bonus to the stealth for your speed.
Okay, I'm here for that.
Accidentally closed the wrong window.
Good
Stop,
job there,
don't jinx
Alex.
it. Don't jinx it, bruh. All right. So first the stealth. And we'll add 2 to this if I can scroll on down. Oh, I'll take a 31. That seems pretty spiffy for a stealth roll.
That's pretty good.
And now for the perception. A 24. Also not out of the game for a while. Sons of the whole time I'm scouting the castle.
Did you guys hear something mumbling really fast just now?
That's just Dave.
OP drive, am I right?
As you race across, keeping an eye out for things, keeping to the shadows and keeping to yourself, you're able to scan most of the bottom floor of the castle. Looking through, you do find a guest hall. Looks like there's a this is intended as a space for people to gather for discussions, for after dinner meal, smokes, drinks, things like that. There's the dining hall, which you found. There is an archer's post looking out over the courtyard, visible through the north and west walls. There is a hall of faith. Looks like this is a chapel of some description. There's some life-size statues of knights lining the hallway on both sides, their eyes seeming to watch you. The chapel itself is open to the night sky, and you can see there are bats fluttering about near the top of this sort of 90-foot high domed ceiling. There's a balcony that looks down over the chapel, and there are lots of shattered benches and various bits of debris scattered across the floor, and there's an altar that has bas-reliefs of angelic figures entwined with grapevines. There is a cloaked figure draped over the altar, and there's a black mace on the floor near its feet. Looking around, you do find a staircase that goes up into the high tower. And as you're looking up from the base here, you can see up in the top of the tower, there appears to be a massive red gemstone that almost looks like a heart that pulses with sort of a thrumming vibration and emits red light down the shaft of the tower. and you find staircases that lead up, and that's about what you're able to get access to before you have to get back in time.
Okay. So yes, I will get back to Bowman and lay all that out, especially the weird pulsy heart thing. Like, I don't know what episode of Dragon's Lair we're in here, but that seems like it's important.
Could be the source of Strahd's power, or the source of whatever force he's emanating from this castle.
I mean, if this were one of those, G.I. Joe week-long serials from the early 80s, that would be my guess. That's the thing. That's the power source. We got a quest for that. So I guess we better get back from the bathroom.
That seems like a good guess.
Spill that.
Dave, by the way, I know things are going to be a bit awkward around someone who looks exactly like Tracy, speaking from experience. Just don't let her get her hands on you.
Okay, well, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Tracy and Centurion in the same room, both of them with powers. I mean, it's bound to be great. Let's go back to dinner.
Suddenly, I feel less awkward about my seating.
Well, glad I could help somebody out.
What's going on back at dinner as you guys are eating your salads?
Resident looks over at Tristan. This is going to be an awkward evening, isn't it?
I believe so, yes. As he says that, his foot goes forward and he starts tapping Gatorman's foot under the table.
Had you met the three? And she'll make a motion with her. She'll nod in the direction of the brides. Had you met any of those three before this evening?
I'd seen one oh so briefly. The dark-haired one near the head of the table. I'd seen her momentarily, but other than that, I had not seen the other two.
Oh, okay.
I was unaware that one of the brides was, well, a husband, so to speak, I guess. So.
Didn't they say that Strahd had taken an interest in you?
Yes. Tristan blushes a little bit when he says that, which is unusual for him. Yes. He seemed to have decided that I was the target of his admiration for this particular group of playthings.
Oh. Do you think he still feels that way? Your seat's kind of far away from the head of the table.
Well, I think that has more to do with the brides and who they seem to be sitting across from.
It is odd. That is a little too... It's a little bit like he knows exactly who we are. And she'll kind of make notion at the nameplate that was, like where the nameplate was. Not just our names, but our histories too.
Especially,
just seems like we're on the back foot here more than we usually are.
yes.
Otherwise, just waiting for the other two to come back in the next course of dinner to be served.
And I don't know about what the history is there, but the dark and brooding one of your group seems to be very interested in the one he's sitting across from. So,
oh, you mean Bowman?
Oh no,
or Mortis,
sorry.
or
I should
sometime-
have
Options.
There's a couple of dark.
or sometimes Overdrive.
Yeah, I was gonna say there were 3 dark and brooding ones there. I'm like, wait a second, which one?
I'm sorry. I should be more specific when I say dark and gritty amongst your friends.
Flattered you thought of me first.
Lighter
Yeah,
tone.
be different. Be light and brooding like me.
Your warlock friend. Then. Your warlock friend,
Oh,
the quiet one.
yeah. Oh, that one bears the face of his fiance. So
Well, and he has something in common with the Dark Lord, because according to the stories, at least the legends, Irina, who we left back at the winery, is wears the face of Strahd's former fiance.
those things can't be a coincidence.
I'm willing to take credit for that idea.
Damn it! No, it's Jonesy's.
According to legend, Strahd's love has showed up over and over and over again. It's part of the curse that haunts this place.
Well, I would assume our host would arrive before we get to the main course, but maybe not. Not after what was said or a little bit earlier.
So I suspect that Strahd's having his main course right now.
Yeah. She kind of pales a little bit.
All right. Around that time is when Bowman and Overdrive return. And looks like soup is being... the salad is being finished up at this point. As Bowman and Overdrive return, Rahadin enters the room behind them and says, Our honored guests, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the lord of this land, Count Strahd von Zarovich. And he gestures behind, and Strahd will stride into the room.
Assuming there's a lot of the chairs scraping against the floor as everyone stands up.
Yep.
The brides do, yeah.
Well, I think Tristan.
Same.
I'm pretty sure Tristan coached us well enough on formal etiquette here that we would all have done so.
He of the highest station sits first.
And
Counts.
your token doesn't need to be that big, Strahd.
Does it? Does it? His ego says otherwise.
Right. I'll just fill up the back half of the table with him. And he will stride confidently and sort of in a chipper mood to the edge of the front of the table, the head of the table. And he will gesture to all of you, please, sit. It is good to finally meet all of you. You are my humble guests this evening. And I thank you for answering my summons. And he will sit down.
Yeah, Bowman will wait until he sits to sit back down.
Yep. And he will say, Welcome, my friends. I am Count Strahd von Zarovich, Lord of Barovia, Master of Castle Ravenloft, and tonight you are my guests. No harm shall befall you while you remain in my home. I am a man of my word, and you have it. The land we meet on was once called Delmore. The Delmorans were a cruel, oppressive people. The violence they committed against the native of this land, the murders, the torture. The natives, those who called this land Kurunos, lived in fear, and then I arrived. Mine was a just war, and we tread on its spoils. I took Delmore and named the land Barovia after my father, King Bero von Zarovich, the land you stand on today. Once again, welcome to Barovia. Come freely and leave something of the happiness you bring. And he'll look at all of you. You may wonder why I have invited you here. My reasons are threefold. First, an announcement that shall be revealed in good time. Second, business. There is a bargain to be struck between us, and we must negotiate its finer points. And third, for the mere pleasure of your company, and for me to learn more about those who have had, might I say, an influence on my realm. Perhaps I misspeak on the last point, for I already know all I could wish to know about you. Let it suffice to say that I am eager to hear of each of you in your own words. And he will sit, and Rahadim will bring in the next course, which is the fish course. Cyrus will pass out the cloches and say, introducing eels stewed in nutmeg, onion, garlic, anchovy, and port served atop asparagus. And he'll make sure everybody has their plate.
What's this Temple of Doom shit going on right now?
5 gold for a good Donatos.
And Strahd and the brides don't have any food. They just have goblets that have a irony-smelling red liquid in them.
Oh, that's subtle.
And he will look at each of you in turn. Starting with Bowman. Mr. Fletch, will you... Mr. Beaumont, I should say. I understand you are come from a long line of archers. Is that correct?
That is indeed true. You've done your research.
Yes, and if I understand correctly, you are a... we don't really have a word for it here, but you work in the press, the propagation of information to the masses.
Yes, it's an important job. People need to know the truth of what's happening around them.
Do they?
Well, I'm sure you understand that everybody has their secrets, Count von Zarovich.
Well, it is, secrets are important. It is what keeps us interesting. And you, I mean, you keep your own secrets, don't you? I mean, your identity, you don't share that with the masses.
I try not
Your own
to.
kids who steal his pockets.
Unless your name is Sophie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will say, how is your child? How is your son?
He doesn't know.
I have a son.
I don't get cell reception here, and even if I did, my battery's dead, or my inbox is full, or my...
I went out to pick up a pack of arrows.
That never came back.
No, he will. Strahd clearly knows some of something here, so he's just going to say he's doing well. He's learning with his peers, and I'm very proud of him.
Do you think he is equipped to handle life without you?
Oh my god.
Is that a threat?
Yeah.
Feels like that.
I think Jason is more than equipped to deal with whatever life throws at him, or whoever comes for him next.
I guess that could be construed as... I'm not threatening you, Mr. Beaumont. You're going to die here in this land.
Not a threat.
You know,
Sounds like a threat.
Oh.
I'm sure you think so, Count, but if I could be frank, I've heard that sort of thing before. You know, you're going to die here, Bowman. This is the end for you, Bowman. This is your last night alive, and frankly, I'm still here.
It is an admirable quality for a man who spends all his time cavorting with gods.
I'll leave you alone in your ordinary looking bow.
And although death has never been a real concern for you and your allies, has it? And he'll sort of turn his attention over to Mortis. You're the god of death where you come from. Is that correct? Is that a approximation?
No.
It's just a plaything for you then?
I'm not the god of anything. I'm servant of the crossroads.
It is intriguing to me that you consider yourself to be a servant of the darkness. It's something I can relate to. Much like the voices you've been hearing.
Mortis is tightening his hand around his silverware.
Oh, hi, Jupe. Thank you for your sub. But that is, that is a good way to be, I suppose. Aware of your station in life. You began, what, as a delinquent? Then a criminal, then somehow a guardian of the world. Interesting. If your friends knew everything you got up to during your time, between your times, I don't know that they would be very big fans of yours.
At least some of us aren't slaves to our baser selves and our baser instincts.
Oh. I do these things because I enjoy them, not because I am a slave to them. Do you think you'll be able to get a, do you think Nick will be able to get a return on the, for the deposits on your wedding venue?
Jesus.
And he'll turn his attention to Overdrive. It is nice of you to join us, Mr. Collins.
That explains the nameplate.
I am grateful that you decided to come back into the fold.
What does that mean exactly?
Can't imagine how your friends felt when you abandoned them to go on your little walk around, trying to decide if you wanted to do your job.
Is Count Chocula giving me guilt trips right now?
Yeah.
Trying to.
I don't think so. You just watch it, bub. Just because we're stuck in your part of the multiverse right now. Don't get too high on your horse.
Right.
On your horse.
He's out in the stable. Right now, you seem to think that you're ever going to leave this place. That is a mistake.
You aren't the first to say that. You probably won't be the last.
No one ever gets to leave this place. I don't get to leave this place.
Oh, you're projecting. I get it.
Everyone that the mist has brought me has died here. Whether by my hand or by the dangers of this place.
Look, we get out of the idiot box. We can get out of Fogtown.
It was a very curious part of your journey. I wasn't 100% sure what was going on, but it was very interesting to watch.
So you saw all that. That's weird.
I've seen many things about you since you came to the mist. I've seen those moments that creep into your heart about your responsibilities and your feelings and your conflict. And he gives Centuria a pointed look.
So these little visions you have, do they ever indicate to you where a person's boundaries are? And so maybe you just don't start blah blah blahing? That's not a thing you do?
I do not blah blah blah.
So I guess it's a little more blah blah blah, blah whatever. Whatever, Count Chocula. I like this place less with every passing second.
Well, one of your companions knows what it's like to lose their entire universe to darkness.
Here we go.
Do you think you'll do better this time?
Count on it. See what I did there?
Are you speaking to me now?
Yes, you are the sole survivor of a universe that was lost into darkness. You watched all your friends die. You didn't go crazy enough.
If you've seen my life, you must know that I'm very difficult to kill, and I'm not going to die in this shithole.
Perhaps in your ordinary form.
This form's been doing me pretty well as well.
Do you think you'll be able to handle it when you watch all your friends die around you?
I'm not going to.
All of their lives are in my hands.
We'll see about that.
And everything in this realm belongs to me. I can take it as I wish.
But you can't leave it.
No, this is my eternity.
That sucks.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll both find a shard of glass that will ruin somebody else's life and get us out of here.
Only life I want to ruin is yours.
And he looks at Tristan. He says, "It warms my heart to see you in this form again, my friend. I much prefer you this way."
Has its moments. This isn't one of them.
What will you do when your loyalties to your former master are put to the test? Will you fall in with these lots, or will you ask for my intercession on his behalf? Or will you do what it is you do and just come with me and leave them behind anyway? You could live a very comfortable life here, Tristan. You don't have to die with them.
We want to just get what we want.
I do.
Then why are you trapped here, Chief?
Perhaps it is what I want.
Talk for good.
And he will turn his attention to Resonant. I think it will hurt you the most when you fail to escape this place.
You seem so certain just because the past has been the way it has for you. Your barbed tongue this evening goes against your promise not to hurt us. Mental trauma is the same as physical.
Ah, yes, I forget you are all from a very soft place.
Oh no, it is not about softness or hardness. It is about knowing when the pain that you're enduring is physical, mental, and when the person that is doing the hurting is doing it because they are hurting too. What happens when you break your promise?
It is not something I am capable of.
You already have. You have hurt my friends this evening with the words that you have spoken to them. I can feel it in their emotions. And you promised that that they would come to no harm.
Well, that is an interesting argument you make. Sophia, will you please go to my chambers and come back with the box? Then Sophie will stand up and give you all a dirty look, and she'll wander off to go grab whatever he asked for. And he will sort of mull there silently for a moment, deciding how he wants to continue.
Give no longer chicken friend a reassuring tap on the foot.
And as you all sort of sit awkwardly waiting for Sophie to come back, I think that's probably a great place for us to take our break.
You broke Alex, Andy.
I know. I do that.
Oh, RC's here. Hey, RC. Yeah, but we're going to get up, stretch our legs, grab a drink, grab a snack, and then we'll be right back. Blah. Hello, everyone. Thank you for bearing with us while we ran off to take our quick break. Thank you for spending time with us as Strahd is being a jerk in traditional Strahd fashion. Except for the Strahd that Kat met in the last time she played Curse of Strahd with me.
Best Strahd.
He was a good Strahd. This is
Knew
not that
I could
Strahd.
fix him.
Fix him.
He's a good Strahd, Charlie Brown.
Oh no.
But as Strahd is waiting for Sophie to come back, Cyrus will bring out the first entree, which is roast lamb with apricots, which he will Cyrus will place in front of everyone. And shortly after that, Sophie comes back with a decently sized black trunk of some description. Kind of has the almost like that felt material that ring boxes are made out of. And she will place that on the table in front of Strahd. And he'll open it with a flourish. And inside is a silver steel mirror, one for each of you. And he will pass that to each of you. He will say, I would like to apologize for my manner this evening. I tend to get carried away on first impressions. And my dinner this evening was particularly disgruntled. Please take one of these, each of you, as a token of my regret.
Kind of look at Resonant, like Overdrive. It's like,
I will see what I can find out about it through figuring out what its magic is,
Sure.
if they're magical.
Yeah.
Do you want expertise magic or do you want
Expertise magic.
Dope.
You can definitely tell they're magical just from a glance.
We're not going to go with the natural one on these.
That was an inside check if it matters.
No. They're the same
Oh, okay.
roll. That's a 24 with the free roll.
Come on, roll 20. What is up tonight?
I don't know. It's been okay. I mean, they've got two really good rolls.
That's true. Me too. With the 24, you could tell that there is very potent divination magic on these mirrors.
Okay.
You suspect they will allow you to scry something.
She'll nod. Resonant will nod back at Dave like it's safe-ish.
And as Sophie passes one out to each of you, Strahd will say, these are a gift from the dark powers who oversee my rule of this land. They allow you to observe the world from before you came here. You can't interact with it, but you are able to at least observe those you love the most, or the places you remember. Take them as a gift.
Put it down next to the plate.
Is there a catch? I have a bit of a history with magical mirrors.
The only catch is that you can look, but you can't reach. it is a feeling I'm very familiar with. And he sort of looks off out the window to the west. But please, I have spoken enough. It is vital for me to listen and not just speak. My brides tell me. How have you found your time here in my land?
Terrifying.
Is that Mortis
That
or
was a
Tristan?
chicken.
Yes.
Say that it's been a lot of fun, but it has been interesting. Your lands are quite a bit different than some of the ones we've been to.
Tell me about the places you've been. I'd like to know more about them.
Thought you could see everything.
But seeing and being told are two different things.
Hmm.
Well, when there is a world that is the complete opposite of everything that you know, it is hard to figure out exactly what and whose side you should be on, because everything is an inverse of what you expect it to be.
Interesting. He'll turn his attention to Gatorman. Xavier, I understand that you come from a different cloth from your compatriots here. Perhaps you could tell me a little more about the world that you come from, how it's different for you.
I actually set down the fork after taking the bite of land. Thank you for the food count. It's very good. More fussy than I'm used to, but it's nice.
You're very welcome. I imagine you probably have not had a 10-course meal before.
Nope, can't say that I have, but yeah, it's very good. Well, what do you want to know about back home?
Just how you find it, what your experiences were there. How it's different than your friends.
I don't know. It's chaotic. It's crazy. It's beautiful in a lot of ways, but if you really look, you can find things you care about and things you love that make it all worthwhile.
You are truly a man after my own heart.
Thank you, I think. I just don't know much about you, but it's appreciated.
I love that you know how to make the best of a bad circumstance. Even when that circumstance is beyond your control.
Well, to be fair, you're in a really shitty circumstance too. I mean, well, you might know. I don't know how your thing works. But, you know, if things work out, we'll save you and your people too.
I heard you tell that story to the hag.
Yeah.
What makes you think that is a possibility?
Well, look, I'm not as... I kind of glance towards Resin and the others. I'm not as well traveled as they are, but there's someone who apparently has a piece of himself here, trying to do very bad things to everywhere all at once. And I don't think your little corner of the universe is immune to it either. So whether you appreciate it or believe us or even acknowledge it, it doesn't matter. We're going to try and save it. We're going to save all of them. And
Well, You have come along to the bargain portion of this evening's invitation. I understand that you are searching for the Mad Mage. I would like to assist you in this endeavor.
Thanks. So you appreciate what we're doing. It's a big help.
He is a callous danger to the people of Barovia and to myself, and I would see his destruction. I understand that puts our goals in alignment.
Kinda. I mean, what he's trying to do is kind of crazy, but from everything I've been told, he was once a good man and might still be somewhere in there. Kind of get glance toward Resonant when he says that. So maybe not destruction, but if it comes to it.
In my experience, people who fall from their ideals do not come back. In this Eldritch character you speak of, he is a rabid dog who needs put down. In every form that you can find him. And he sort of looks at Sophie. The things he did to her, you would not believe.
What did he do?
He's part of the reason she is in her current condition. He experimented with the mists and brought her here from some other realm. And when he found out who she was, he attempted to kill her. Had her accused of witchery and taken to the village of Barovia, where they put her up against a stake and tried to kill her. She only exists by my grace in this form. Now, if that is his madness, or if it is the evil that is inherent in all of them, that is for the philosophers to decide, but I think it would be of most benefit to all of us if we worked together to destroy him.
Well, what else do you know of him?
I know that he is a powerful wizard who lives in the mountains north of Vallaki. I know that he has had contact with another of his kind.
Recently?
Around the time that you all showed up. Although this one, he had an eye patch, and he was, he was considerably more upset than the Mad Mage has ever been.
So did he show up here and leave? Or is he still here?
No, he is still here. But I believe the mists have had some sort of impact on his ability to do magic. He's having to rely on his more insane counterpart to carry out their plan.
Does he have something to do with your other two brides as well?
He does. My brides don't know this, but I had 3 other brides until you arrived here.
Our arrival caused
How do you mean?
something?
They were different people until a few days ago.
And they just changed?
Yes, I have memories of the old brides, and I have memories of these brides dating back as far back as my other brides, but this is something else. And I believe that the two of them are working with a dangerous renegade called Rudolf van Richten.
Is that a name we've heard?
No. It is a name that Tyrion and
Agreed.
Matthias and Tristan have heard. That
Yes.
was Beetlejaw's mentor.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if Earth Prime crew had heard it.
Unless they filled you in when they brought everybody up to speed.
I don't think so. Wouldn't have had reason to talk about Van Richten
Yeah.
yet.
So what I'm
Not to-
proposing is that we work together to destroy them.
Not to be rude, but I know you said you're stuck here, but can you let other people out if we succeed?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, I can fail that whole fun.
He cannot. Norris will chime in. He cannot.
I forget that they speak to you. Admittedly, I cannot I cannot give you access to leave this place, but I can make your stay here very comfortable.
If we stay, there's nothing to stop this place from being destroyed utterly when the Mad Mage realizes his plans.
This is a bit of a predicament we find ourselves in.
Then we'll just have to figure a way out. Okay.
But I believe you'll have a much easier time working with me than against me.
There's a little bit of a black crackle around Mortis's hand. Just a little bit.
I don't think we're working against you. I think we're working to save you too. So,
Resonant looks over at Mortis, kind of gauging how he's doing.
You and your damn motion sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Mortis has gone black.
I figured.
Does he have a soul?
No,
that's a
he
good
does
question.
not.
Beat me by 1 second.
John does not have a soul.
Resonant's just gonna look at Mortis, get the sense from him, and kind of let him drive.
Strata just sort of sat back, his fingers steepled, eagerly waiting to see what you have to say.
You're merely a puppet of this place. You're more of a prisoner here than anyone else.
I might be a prisoner here, but nobody has more power than me while trapped in these prison bars. And I have the ability to make all of your stays here very uncomfortable. I would like to avoid any unpleasantness. But do not be mistaken, I am not trapped in here with you. You are trapped in here with me. And I'm willing to give each of you access to the ability to stop the Mad Mage. And to stop having to look over your shoulder every time that you leave this castle. I will give you safe passage through these lands. My authority. All I want in return is Irina.
No.
Not ours to give.
Mm-mm.
Give the one.
Sometimes you just have to let go, man.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure
been-
that went well for you.
Obviously, I'm able to work with him, and I'm not trying to kidnap him.
I'm in the room.
You are not the one she speaks of.
Oh, really, Mr. Know-It-All?
She's talking about the one whose body was replaced in the underworld. And she hides like a dirty secret in her room.
What would you even do with Irina? She doesn't want you.
I can make her want me.
No, that's
That's-
not how it works.
No.
My husband wants me. He wanted to return to me. That's the difference.
Hmm.
Yeah, I might have had a bit of an unhealthy obsession there, but it's been hundreds of years and she still doesn't want you. She's still terrified of you. You need to leave her alone.
Well, I see this
Yes.
was a fruitless endeavor.
If by some miracle you manage to get her back to this castle, all she'll do is throw herself out the parapet again.
How do you know about that?
We've heard stories.
No, nobody
certain
knows
reason.
about that.
I think you said it yourself earlier.
You found it in my book.
Why would you get to know everything about us and us know nothing about you?
That is not the way this works.
It's the way that it's currently working.
I have overestimated your worthiness. I will deal with the Mad Mage myself. And when I am done with him, I will deal with the rest of you. And he'll sort of take his napkin off his desk, off his lap, and throw it on the table. If you'll excuse me, I will retire for the evening. I trust you will see yourselves out.
Still meant to count, whether you want us to or not. We'll save you. Have a good night.
Centuria flips him off, but knows that means nothing to him, most likely.
The three brides will watch him leave.
Just to lean over and actually correct it, so it's the two fingers like they did. This is what she.
This is what you mean, I think.
Thanks.
And Strahd will angrily storm out as Cyrus is coming in with the next course.
Oh, thanks, Cyrus. That looks great.
Yes, I've brought the palate cleanser, the raspberry brandy punch.
That's good.
It sounds wonderful.
I hope it gets a bad
Use
taste
some
out of your
palate
mouths.
cleansing around here.
I hope so too, Cyrus.
Resident looks at Centuria and kind of gives her that "damn girl, good job" look.
Rage, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the brides will also excuse themselves. Sorry, we need to go and take care of his temper. Good luck out there.
Lovely meeting you.
We'll be seeing each other again soon. And they'll scamper off.
to it.
Cyrus is like, but we have 3 more courses.
I don't think the Count.
Let's get us a doggy bag. We'll take it to
Yes.
go.
Yeah, I don't think the Count is as welcoming as he was initially, Cyrus. But thank you for everything you've done this evening.
You've done great.
You guys are so nice.
We try. Some people don't
You
like it when
have
they're
to
flaws.
serve the count,
Well, I mean, that's what I was made to do.
but do you have direct orders to not leave?
No.
Would anything happen if you tried to leave?
I don't know. Nobody's ever tried to leave before. I haven't seen it in my whole life.
And then how is everyone
my whole
convinced it's
life.
impossible if no one's tried it?
I mean,
'Cause
someone might
Strahd
have
has
tried
told
it,
them
but
so.
earlier than 5 days ago.
Yeah, I can't be the only one thinking that maybe we shouldn't be taking everything he says as, ironclad truth.
He only knows as much as he thinks he knows. I think that's the problem.
Much as
I'll
this
look.
place
I'll look
wants
over
him-
at Mortis.
As much as this place wants him to know.
Right. Something else is pulling the strings here, like you said.
I'll go get the cart. And Cyrus
Well-
will come back with a big steel cart of roast pheasant and potatoes, and a bunch of blackberry trifles, which look delicious.
That does look nice, but we may be overstaying our welcome.
No,
Wow.
it's to go. Just you take the cart, and I'll be under there. And he like crawls underneath the the tablecloth.
Well, would you look at the time, guys, and go up and put hands on the cart?
Are we bringing Cyrus with us?
Yes, we are.
Don't worry, Calvin. We'll figure out a way to kill him.
No!
Me and you, bud.
Only if you're coming with, because this cart's a
Um,
going.
Listen, I need a new sidekick. I'm gonna be stuck here.
That's right. I am the new bow lad.
Why is he
Bo-
Skeletor?
Oh, lad.
Resonant is going to leave the mirror on the table. Because whether Strahd realized it or not, it's another form of harm.
Not to mention, he probably lets him spy on us.
Yeah, Centuria's gonna break it, and then she's gonna leave.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think self-awareness is one of his strong suits.
No.
Leaving the mirrors behind.
And, Alonso?
Like Bowman should do something stupid to take the mirror, but ooh.
As we're leaving, Mortis will quietly grab any of the mirrors that are left behind and pocket them.
Interesting.
Squeaky, 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 squeaky.
Shh, cart, stop it.
The cart shuts up.
Cyrus, you're amazing.
Nobody's ever given me a compliment before.
You made a cart be quiet by telling it. That's awesome.
Well, yeah, you just gotta be nice to the things, and they stop doing the thing.
Crazy.
It's one of the things that the Count doesn't understand.
Several things the Count doesn't understand.
And as you guys make your way out into the courtyard, you can hear the organ music start playing again very loudly from the towers. Strahd seems to be in a mood. And the black carriage will roll up again. The door will open, and it looks like it is beckoning you in to head home.
Okay. When we get into the cart or carriage to head back, So we have to be extra vigilant now. I think we need to find those other items that Tristan, Matthias, and Tyrion have talked about. I don't think it's a good idea to go after whatever vestige or version of Adrian is here, even if it is the one from the Counter Earth.
Well, Strahd at least confirmed which Adrian it is, which kind of was my concern.
Only
And-
one of them. You don't know where the other one was from.
I got the sense it was our Adrian.
No, he said another one showed up. One that's been here for a while, and then the one that has been here for a while, we don't know what reality that one came from. But the one that showed up here is the one that, and she looks over at, she looks at Derek's direction.
Well,
We know where that one came from.
also that at least that one's out of play now. Sure. I mean, they can make a good distraction for Strahd. At least his attention will be in two different directions.
For a little bit. We'll have a little bit of time, but I doubt, just because we don't have Strahd's direct set of eyes on us, that he won't send something to harry our steps. And you can be sure of that.
Speaking of, the coaches didn't have a driver or horses, right?
Correct.
So for the ride back, Xavier's gonna hop on front on the coach's seat, just to keep an eye out, just in case. And it makes more room for Cyrus.
Cyrus will crawl out from underneath the tablecloth, and he has the blackberry trifles with him, and he'll scoop out a scoop of vanilla ice cream for each of you too.
Thank you, Cyrus.
This is the best part of dinner. I can't believe we didn't make it that far.
Oh, but we did.
Yeah, and nobody died. That was really good too. I'm glad you guys survived. Where are we going?
Somewhere somewhat safe. If there is such a place in Barovia.
Yeah, you should maybe partake of some of this as well, Cyrus. I think we're going to be on the road for a while.
No, I'm not supposed to eat.
You can have my portion, Cyrus. It'll be good for you.
You also aren't under his orders anymore. You can eat.
And he takes Gatorman's trifle, and he looks at it and says, "You've given me food."
Dobby is free.
And he just shoves the whole thing in his face.
My gosh.
Ice cream in one hand, pie in the other hand. Just he looks up at you with just a big blackberry jam smile.
Oh my
This is
gosh, we're getting you out of here alive, buddy.
This is the best day of my life.
Yet. The best day yet.
I can't imagine what the next 5 days will bring. Oh, I'm gonna kill this guy so hard.
Alex!
We know. We know.
He said the quiet part out loud, Alex.
Alex! Calvin and I can't take much more.
Just raw all over again.
Doomed.
Yep.
That's the twist. I'm not gonna do anything bad to him. Keep you on your toes.
Mr. Rar, you did this to Toasty. You actually did worse to Toasty, I feel like.
Toasty was going to betray us anyway.
I
so...
love Toasty. Man, I'm really good at making cute NPCs.
That either betray us or die.
Well, you know, those are the two choices for an NPC.
Yeah, but I mean, 1 out of 3 ain't bad, right? So
Where would you like the coach to take you guys?
back towards the
Winery.
winery. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hey,
would
actually, I guess
assume we don't-
Gatorman's driving. Where does Gatorman want to take the coach?
That's fair.
Oh wow, if I actually have control, that's even better. Yep, back to the Wizard of Wines, but
Hmm.
All right, you guys start making your way back.
Should we?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. I was gonna ask the team if we should ditch the carriage and then just fly spell our way back.
We can.
That might
Uh,
be.
the-
I mean,
He-
Strahd
he
already
also-
knows where we were. He sent the carriage came to get us.
Oh yeah,
so-
that's true. All right.
And he sent the invite before that to the yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
He's got a mirror just like the ones he shows us, which is what he's using to scry on ones.
All right.
And it's time now that I remind everybody that the stones in the ruins of Berez, you felt like you weren't being watched for the first time.
Mm-hmm. So there are places where there's not always eyes on us.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe other places that have that weird stone work or the other megaliths.
Xavier, did you understand the writing on that?
I think they were animal spirits, but that's just a guess. I mean, I felt a lot of power there. And it's really weird I can drive this thing. I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah. No, I understand.
I'm glad
guys.
you do. I have no idea.
Okay, guys. We have two things to look for. What do we want to start with?
Was the closest.
It depends.
You'll sort of pass by Argynvost Holt on the way back to the winery.
That's where the sword was?
That is where the ally was.
That's where the ally was. Okay.
If I hang a left here, we can go to one of them. There's a broken sign and everything. It looks creepy.
Yeah, but we need to. It's late, and we need to be fully rested before we go, and we need to make sure that we have all of our proper gear. And none of us are really looks down at their outfits just for,
Adventure.
looks at Centurion and dress, just for possible,
You can't fight in anything, but I understand what you mean.
I would agree. Well, we should head back to the winery, and we can set out first thing in the morning. Gives us a time to kind of let go of the evening.
You got it, Resonant.
we just don't need to, use the Strahd GPS machine to take us right to,
There.
That makes sense.
I mean, he was probably going to scry on us and find out anyway, but we don't need to give him, we don't need to, call him and tell him,
Right.
make him work for it at least a little bit.
Yep. So I think that's the plan.
Awesome. Well, off you guys go.
Yep.
And as you make your way, boop, 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 nothing of note happens on your way back to the winery.
Okay.
AK, it's a long, awkward ride of everyone looking out the windows and then looking at each other.
The loading screen pops up.
Awkward for you. I'm driving a ghost carriage.
Xavier's never having a bad time.
No.
Not even when we found out his mama was a lobster. He was like, "Yeah, this is cool."
Oh, cool. I'm a gator.
Like, well, this is new. But I got a tail. That's pretty awesome.
He hasn't met his crawfish customs yet.
The little crawdaddies.
The This is only a reference for me and Deuce, but every time Deuce plays Xavier, I picture Starry, the Star Labs cat that you played in Gen Con last year. The mascot that was like just happily bouncing along through the whole adventure. Okay. And if RC's still here, RC was here for that too. But yeah, you guys make your way back to the Wizards of Wine winery. The coach will stop out front, or Xavier will stop the coach out front. And the door will open up again, and you guys are free to disembark and head back inside.
Okay.
Once we're inside, Bowen will try to grab Dave's attention. Since we're outside of the cart now, I'm sure Strahd can maybe still see us, but in any case, could you describe again for everyone else the thing you saw?
Yeah, this crystal heart thing kind of pulsing, and I'll sort of lay out the whole, creepy magic artifact vibe that is obviously the object of our quest. I mean, seriously.
Oh, are you talking about the Heart of Sorrow?
Oh, you know that thing? It's got a name? The Heart of Sorrow. This freaking place.
Yeah, that's the big red rock that lives in the tower back at the castle.
Okay,
Strahd hugs it sometimes.
Okay, that's
Hugs
weird.
it.
And when he hugs it, he usually looks like he feels better.
That's scary.
As in, he goes from being like sicker to feeling better, or he goes from being angry to feeling better, or
Sometimes both.
All the things.
Sometimes his hair goes from gray to black when he
Oh.
hugs it. I don't know how I remember that, though, because I've only been alive for 5 days.
Do you remember anything else?
Nobody's ever asked me that question. Yeah, I remember lots of things.
Well, come in, have a seat, and let's talk about them.
Is that green stuff on the ground gonna hurt me if I get out of the carriage?
The grass?
no.
So,
No. It shouldn't.
and
Do you want me to carry you?
he gives you a look like, I don't know how to ask for that.
Centuria will just hold out her arms.
He'll
Come
put his little hand up and take your hand in his hand, and he'll sort of gingerly step down into the grass with his duck flipper.
See?
Oh, that feels kind of nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Centuria looks up at Bowman like, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know how much Bowman can hide it even under his skin.
I was just thinking, is this what fatherhood's like? Andy got it.
This is what wardhood is like.
And he'll follow along behind Centuria into the winery. When you come in, Irina goes, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" She sees Cyrus. I see you made a friend at the castle.
Very helpful friend. Be nice to him.
We brought dessert. Just to block it for the leftovers.
Are the Vistani still here?
They are not. They've cleared out.
Okay, kind of figured, but just wanted to check.
There is a note for Tristan at the bar, though.
Of course there is.
And Cyrus will look up. Yeah, I'm here to help. Lady. What's your name? She says, it's not important. My name is Kate. She looks at Centuria.
Yeah, Yeah. This is Kate.
That's funny. That's your name.
Yeah, it's a common name.
Oh. That makes sense.
Centuria's looking at Irina like, really?
What? I'm not the good liar. And he'll trundle over to a bar stool and he'll pull himself up and sit on it with his little leg and his little flipper kicking out underneath.
So,
I love his flippers.
so what else did you remember, Cyrus?
I remember going to the Amber Temple with the master. But I didn't look like this when I did that. He just sort of looks at his body. I think maybe I've been around more than 5 days, but not like this.
Okay. What can you tell us about the Amber Temple?
There was an albatross.
As in the bird?
It was a
Or-
big bird. A really big bird.
Okay.
That's why I'm only 5 days old. The bird took me.
What would that have to do with your age?
It ate me. And then the master put me back together again.
Oh, I'm sorry I asked. Fletch, don't let me ask any more questions. Thanks.
I think it fed me. I think it fed me to its babies.
What?
Okay, we're kind of in that point where you're giving too much information. Like we've established
Dave,
it was awful. Now we can just move on to the next thing.
Dave,
What?
being a jerk.
And I
I want
remember.
to hear about him being eaten. And
He needs to talk about it. He needs to talk about it.
And I remember that Van Richten guy that the master was talking about. I remember I went on as the master sent me out to go talk to the werewolves, and Van Richten was there, and then he shot me in the head.
see, here's my problem. And I'm not the greatest detective on this team, but I can't be the only one thinking that maybe this Van Richten, who the big bad guy hates, might not necessarily be our enemy, if you know what I mean. Like,
No,
Oh no, that guy
Right,
sucks.
Dave.
did he shoot you because you work for Strahd? Like, that's a thing. Like, you're like a minion. Like, we have those in our world. Like little henchmen guys who
Oh my
You know,
god.
they go and do what the bad guy wants them to do, and like they don't ask questions, they just do it. And
David.
so you get a bad rap. What?
Stop.
Am I your minion now?
No, I don't
No.
have minions.
No, you're part
I
of
just
the
have
team.
complications. But anyway,
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
part of the ship, part of the crew.
I mean,
He's overdrive.
I think it was because I work for the master. I don't think it's because
So there-
of who I
you
am.
didn't actually talk to him. Like he might be an alright guy. He might, in fact.
He didn't
work
say I hate
for
you
the greater
specifically,
good.
Cyrus.
Yeah, but again, you're wearing your team Strahd jersey. He might just assumed you were up to no good and just punked you. Like that happens, right?
I don't know what most of those words mean.
I need a translation around here. Who speaks Dungeons and Dragons? Like, talk to this guy.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, Fletch, you're not fooling anybody.
As you look around, Mortis is not to be seen.
Look, we all got our inner nerd, guys. Just quit. Don't clench up now. Like, we gotta
Yeah,
solve
right.
this thing.
Res-
I
Resident
need a translator.
when Bowman says "Don't look at me," President kind of looks back like, "Really?"
He was obviously a Twilight 2000 kind of guy.
Ah, right. Yes.
Wow. What a deep cut.
Mm.
I have enjoyed every single game of Twilight 2000 I've played, but I've only played them at Origins.
I think what Dave is saying, Cyrus, is that you had the air of someone who worked for or was on Strahd's side, and therefore was his enemy. And if that's not the case, then he may be an ally.
You guys are smarter than me. I'll let you work that out.
Hey, you made the smart decision to come with us tonight, so don't sell yourself short.
And if he is a good guy, we're going to get an apology for shooting you in the face.
Okay. I like the sound of that.
Where was Von Richten when you remembered?
He was at the werewolf den, just south of the Abbey of St. Markovia.
The werewolf den.
Tristan will pipe up. Strahd mentioned his name in passing when you referred to the Mad Mage, so
Think they're together?
he could be up there. Maybe if the Mad Mage doesn't like Strahd and this Von Richten doesn't like Strahd,
They could be working together, though it sounds like the Mad Mage isn't one to work with anyone, except maybe himself. If you know what I mean.
Like masturbating?
No.
What? Okay, I'm walking away from this film.
What? He's been alive
I
for
thought-
5 days,
I-
but he knows what
I thought-
masturbating is.
That was
I
the
thought we
first
left
thing he
this awkward
discovered.
conversation behind- We left this behind at the dinner table. Like, no.
Okay, well, we need to go get the ally, and that's the closest one to go to. We'll hit that in the morning. Cyrus, if there's anything else you think of that can help us, let us know then.
You thinking about, you said Argynvost Holt?
Yeah.
There's a dragon that lives there. Well,
What?
not, I mean, live,
It's an undead dragon that protects the area.
yeah.
I don't
Not anymore.
know that we need to worry about that.
Oh, phew. We already dealt with that one.
You guys killed Argynvost?
Or
Describe it.
re-killed. It's more accurate.
Describe him, and we'll be able to verify that.
Cyrus will jump up on the bar and he will flap his arms vigorously.
Colors.
Like silver and bone.
And that's what we fought.
Yep.
Yeah.
breathes like a blue flame, lightning.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. He's real scary.
As sung by Milton Berle.
Yeah. He was real scary, and then we
No, he
got help.
wasn't.
Yeah. Then someone else was scarier.
Was that Kate?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm the one that killed him, right?
Gravity.
Someone knocked him out of the sky.
Bowman.
Yeah, but the only reason he was knocked out of the sky was because you stunned him with your axe. So
Ah,
It was a teamwork. It was a team effort.
it's a
was
team
absolute-
effort.
It was absolutely a team effort.
Can I get a jersey for our team?
That would be harder to come by in this world.
What's it look like? I know how to sew.
Resonant will describe a jersey.
He's gonna
Yeah.
die. He's gonna die, and we're gonna be looking at his corpse, and he's gonna be wearing his Freedom League dark jersey on the floor, covered in blood.
He will ask, "What's our team name?"
Will Alex do that again?
Yes.
You have to ask.
That was sarcasm.
I want to tell him that her jersey's a very tight red and white shirt with a yellow half circle on it. Just like Overdrive.
It would look good on him though.
It
Look,
would.
Gator Man. I'm not sure where this hatred is coming from. Check yourself. Check yourself, sir.
He could be your biggest fan. your littlest biggest fan. He's only 3 feet tall.
Hey, we're not going back to height jokes, are we? Because that's not good.
Shut up.
Fourth wall break. There it was. There it was.
But yeah, if you describe what it is, he'll jump down and he'll go run off to grab some material and some thread and get to work.
Okay.
Davian walks in as Cyrus runs by. He very excited to go get started on his jersey. And Davian sort of grabs his heart. Oh, I see you made a friend at the castle.
Well, at least something good came out of the visit to the castle.
Yes, how did it go? I expect your return here means that he was an S.
Strahd does not like when you hold a mirror up to his own flaws.
It's because of the no reflection thing.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Everybody thinks it's a physical reflection. No, it's self-reflection he's incapable of.
Wow.
It's a metaphor.
But to take it, he didn't give you any useful information.
He's going to go deal with the Mad Mage before he comes to deal with us. So we have a little bit of time.
Well, that is news. I don't know if I'd quantify it as good or bad yet, but it will account for his movement for some time at least. It'll give us a chance to act.
Yeah, which we plan on doing in the morning. We're going to go back to Argynvost's hold.
Well, my birds have returned and told me of the Amber Temple. It's not easy to get to. Well, for those who can't fly, I suspect you will have an easier time getting there than most. But it's a strange structure on the southernmost portion of Barovia, on the slopes of Mount Gakis. A structure that predates any other structure in the valley, except for maybe the standing stones that we've seen.
The ones near the ruins.
Yes, and the windmill. I think it may have been built by the same people, and it might be... I suspect it will be very dangerous.
What do you know of the people that lived here before Strahd showed up as a warlord? The ones that were being persecuted or murdered?
The Coronos. They were a very simple people, as best I can tell from the records I've uncovered. It's not many, but they were druids who lived in peace with the harmony of this valley. They erected strange monoliths to gods that no one knew the name of, and communed with animal spirits, and maintained the lush greenery that lived here. Supposedly they knew no suffering.
I give Xavier a look and kind of tilt my head back towards Davian.
That is until Dermal showed up. Their king enslaved the people of this valley, and they ruled here for a few hundred years until Strahd came into the valley with his army and eliminated them.
Why did Strahd come here?
I've been trying to find information about that, but best I could tell is he was a soldier for another empire who came here. There's a name for it in my notes. The Serphanol. The Serphanol sent him as an emissary to conquer this valley, and instead of returning to them when he accomplished his conquest, he elected to name this valley his own county. And then he sent for his family, who joined him here, and that, as we know, led to the downfall of the entire valley, as he took a deal from the Dark Powers.
Right.
As far as I know, the empire he came from never came to get revenge on him, but that could be because they couldn't get into the valley. And that was many thousands of years ago, so it's possible that they ceased to exist.
So besides the ones we know about and the ones by the windmill, do you know of any other sites that have those stones?
There is there's a rumor that there are some of those stones in the werewolf den. That the wolves are descendants of the Kuronos who tend to the stones, but I've never been inside the den to confirm that one way or the other. If anyone was going to know more about them, however, I would wager that it would be them.
Might have a third task in front of us if we have time. You're
Huh?
putting an awful lot of faith in the fact that Strahd's going to be running around those mountains looking for that mage of yours for quite some time.
He wasn't able to kill him the first time, and if that was when the man was sane and not a slavering maniac. I wouldn't want to
There's two
fight
of 'em
him.
now. And there's two of them now, so that might make it harder.
There's two of them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Much like how we showed up, another one of the Mad Mage made his way here. Supposedly, he and the one that has been here for some time have met up.
Do you think he is more powerful like you all are?
I'm hoping this place changed him like it changed us, and that he doesn't have his full complement, because, well, neither do we.
Wait, you're more powerful where you come from?
Looking over at Kate and Mortis. Yes.
Decidedly not at Bowman, though.
Wow.
Wow.
I look at the one that can one-shot a vampire, and I look at the one that can bring us back from the dead.
Excuse me.
Fair.
I have a paint arrow.
I know. And there's nothing wrong with that.
He hasn't gotten the one-shot vampire arrow yet, or the
No.
No,
Although
we
he,
love that for you, Bowman. We love
Does-
the way you are.
and he hasn't been able to reverse engineer the PIM technology to recreate the PIM arrow, so
Yeah, no, those are bad luck. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but for Bowman, no matter the power level, his game is still on point. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got that going for me.
Women can't resist him, and
I was gonna
orphans
say-
can't escape him.
Speaking
Isn't
of,
that
Irina
right,
sitting at the
Cyrus?
other. Speaking of, Irina sitting there looking at Bowman like, "Night."
Glad you didn't die. Do you want to go again?
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
Oh my god.
Awesome. So, Davian will say, well, if you head to Argynvost Holt, I'll send some more birds out to keep an eye on the mountain and on the werewolf den. And if I see head or tail of Van Richten, I'll also let you know about that. Your new friend here, is he going to stay here, or are you going to take him with you?
Probably best he stay here for now.
That'd be useful.
He's not here. He's sewing his jersey. I'm not going to guilt anybody.
Oh my god.
I mean, if he's been to these places, I mean, yeah, it's not safe.
Is anybody safe, really?
No. Some places are safer than others.
Awesome. Well, I will see about getting you Well, probably not more food. You've been very stuffed, I see. But if you need a drink or anything before you head off to bed, I'm going to go find our little friend and see if I can put him to work.
Cyrus. His name's Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Be nice to him.
I'm nice to everyone.
Be especially nice to him.
He's only 5 days old.
He's a baby.
He's just a baby.
There's the power.
Okay, I will go and be nice to him. And, yeah, you guys are free to spend the evening as you wish. Anything pressing before we wrap up this evening?
Mornis breaks out one of the mirrors, but he's still outside.
Oh Lord.
Yep. Yep.
Mortis, what you see in the mirror is Nick and Medea sitting on the couch in your room. In your house, not your room. And Nick has his head in his hands, and Medea is holding, just rubbing his back. She's like, it's a superhero thing. He'll be back. We can't get rid of him that easy, right? And Nick sort of looks up and says, I hope that wherever he is, he knows that I'm thinking about him, and I just need him to come home. And Medea gives him a big hug and says, well, let's get your mind off that. What do you think about these placemats? And that's what Derek sees in the mirror.
Like ending on more trauma.
Well, weirdly enough, a resonant question. Xavier kind of does the.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not subtle enough for this not to be obvious. Go, hey, come over here.
Okay. What's up?
I was going to do something stupid.
Okay.
Tristan's not stupid.
No, he's just. The finest of wines.
Yes.
I'm going to butter them biscuits. Mm-hmm. No, wait.
Ew.
Maybe next time. I was thinking maybe I'll go back to the stones and see if I can connect with them.
Who?
I was going to go do it. I should be able to get there and back before sunup. They're safe, so I just got to get there.
The stones.
Yeah.
You shouldn't go alone.
Yeah, but besides you, no one's going to keep up with me. And I can get along much better by myself. And that'll just be for tonight. I'll come back.
I wouldn't say. I mean, Centuria's got
Angel
she's
wings?
got the wings. She can
Yeah,
keep up.
but if we're trying to lay low to a giant flaming Centuria going across the sky, it might draw some attention.
What?
Pretty sure all of us will bring attention, unless we're in those stones where they don't seem to have eyes on us.
I should be okay. I'm kind of getting used to it around here.
There's a tapping on the on whatever's next to you. And Muriel in her raven form is there. I can help, Xavier. I know how to get there real quick and secret like. You didn't even see me spying on this conversation.
You're right. I was not paying attention.
Nobody ever looks at the birds.
It's not entirely true.
Not a lot of people look up either, which I think is really silly in a land that has a vampire in it, but
Understandable.
I know it's dangerous, but like you said, we're also kind of short on time, and I could do this while you guys get some rest, come back in the morning, and maybe help.
Okay. But
first sign of trouble, come running back.
You know me too well.
Die,
been
I'll
around
have
for enough
Mortis
of your
bring you
talks.
back, and I'll kill you again.
All right. See what I can do.
We're also not making a habit of this, okay?
It's new for me, but tell that to the rest of them.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Muriel, let's go.
Okay, keep up if you can. She takes off up into the sky.
He will shift into a very large raven and follow.
Resident, give me an insight check.
Okay. 25.
You don't know if you've ever seen a bird hit on somebody before, but you're pretty sure that's what's happening as they're flying away.
Yeah. She watches them fly and just kind of shakes her head and goes, well, good for him.
And Resident, as you head inside and Xavier goes off to do something stupid, I think this is I think that's probably a good point for us to call it an evening. So yeah, thank you again, everybody who spent some time here with us this evening. I hope everybody's still having a great time here in the lands of Barovia, or at least as good a time as Cyrus and I are having for now. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a dinner with Strahd, and I've run Curse of Strahd like 4 times, and it's never happened. So I'm glad that this happened. It was great.
It was delicious.
Yeah, it was wonderful. As for news around the network, tomorrow night the Rumble Bundle returns for Rumblin'. We're going to go and find more people in the Forgotten Realms to beat up, so I hope that goes well. Next Tuesday, we'll be back with something in the dark, but we are off next Wednesday from Freedom League Dark and the Multiverse of the Master Mage. Next Wednesday is my monthly Mutants and Masterminds developer Q&A, so if you're a part of the Atomic Think Tank, head over there and bring questions. We'll be talking about sort of some upcoming additions to the Atomic Think Tank and a bunch of fun stuff, so I'm excited to be sharing that. There'll be some Titan City news, so that'll be good. And if you haven't yet, please go and sign up for our Origins events. We have a few spots left in a few games, and it's going to be a really good time. So especially our USP Presents Shadow War event. If you've ever watched our shows and wanted a chance to play any of the characters, it's a great time. You know, it's all of the player characters from all of our shows, including the podcast. And we'll be dealing with an incursion by the terrible organization Shadow. So it'll be a lot of fun. And if you come and play at my table, you get to play with a bunch of the sidekicks, like Resonance friend Sam and Hat Rack from Guardians of Haven, and Brovis from Gemstars, and yeah, a bunch of, and there's a couple other really cool characters. I don't remember everybody exactly, but yeah, it'll be a ton of fun. So sign up, come hang out with us at Origins. We're gonna have a really great time. We're looking forward to seeing everyone. And if you don't know yet, if you haven't signed up yet, the Patreon is the best place to support us over at patreon.com/Untold Stories Project. That helps us keep the lights on, makes the expenses for running everything a little easier on me, which I always appreciate. And you get access to exclusive content, things like Aaron's novel, some stat blocks. I'll be sharing some adventure notes related to my Origins adventures over there pretty soon as I'm generating them. And yeah, we're looking at doing some actual plays with the patrons as well. We've done one so far. I'd like to do some more of those. I want to give everybody a chance to say goodbye, plug anything they want to plug, and we'll get out of here. And I'll start with, I think Kat's next to my face. Yes.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you guys for watching. Pretty much just everything that he said. Watch our other stuff. Look for us at Origins. If you see us at Origins, say hi. All of that. So with that, I'll pass it to Jonesy.
Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight or catching us on demand on the YouTubes and stuff. By all means, if you like what you are watching, please do all the normal stuff: the likes, the shares, the thumbs ups, the hearts, the etc. Yeah, and I unfortunately will not be able to attend Origins this year. Sad panda. But yeah, I will be at Gen Con later this summer. So with that, I will kick it over to Kevin.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching tonight as we get into our latest trauma-induced adventures at the dinner table this time. So it's always good to keep the trauma fresh, right? Again, do all the stuff. I will not be doing the convention circuit this summer, but if you're out there, I will live vicariously through you. So, tell us about your adventures meeting the USP crowd. I will kick it down to Andy.
Everyone, thank you, as everyone has said, for doing all the things that help us get ourselves out to you in the wider world of the streaming universe. So, we, really do appreciate anything and everything you guys are doing. If you have friends and you want to recommend us, please do send them our way, and we'll see you next time. Calvin?
All right. I did not expect to like Cyrus so much, but if anything at all happens to him, I don't know.
I gotta be careful because Calvin's coming down here.
Yeah.
The hate mail gets directed to Alex.
Calvin's gonna know where I live.
Calvin's gonna beat your ass in real life.
I believe he could. I fully believe that he could.
I mean,
I don't think
if
he
it's for
would,
Cyrus.
but I believe
Yeah,
it's
I
possible.
think physically he could, but I don't know that he would.
Hey,
Yeah, no. I mean, if I have the Cyrus motivation, then who knows what'll happen.
I'll kill him and then I'll send you all a BlackBerry trifle in the mail.
No.
beat you with a box of Timbits.
No, I'll bring one specifically for that. Let them get real stale and hard.
Oh no. Just a sock full of Timbits. That's the worst.
Gosh, I was at Tim Hortons today even. All right, gotta do my outro. If you are on the YouTubes, please check out the Win with Dice channel, where we have gaming streams and podcast stuff. We were talking some classic Pathfinder Rise of the Rune Lords, but in second edition today. And also on the gaming streams, I'm playing Alan Wake 2, which is just constantly surprising me every time, and did something really, 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 really fun last stream that I don't want to say too much about, but it's kind of a classic moment, so go please check that out. And with that, I will pass it to Deuce.
He's not kidding. Absolutely check it out. Someone may know what happened, and someone was thrilled for that.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I haven't played it yet.
Oh, yeah. But thank you everyone so much for watching. And those who watch us live, always appreciate it. Those watching after the fact, leave us a comment. Tell us what we could do better, what you would do instead, and anything else that strikes your fancy at the time. Also, if you're going to show up to this new convention season, don't show up with crappy dice. Use code USP Norse. Bam! Save yourself 10% on some awesome gamer swag, because that's what you do. And I hope you're looking forward to the coming session as much as I am, because this has been a masterclass on how to make an NPC impactful. Because if you're not excited to see a 3-foot tall midget with a flapper foot with a little tiny 1-foot bow, you're not alive. And I say it's a masterclass because if he was a 3-foot speedster, we would have kicked him in the head.
Oh my God.
So, know your audience, people.
Is that
It's
because
all
he's
that
short?
matters.
Is that
No.
heightism?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
It's because he's 5 days old and F those kids. That's why.
Wow.
Look, he's just the
Wow.
culmination of all the things we beat up here.
Right.
Oh my god.
And if he was a speedster, it'd be like real life and chasing a small child who's obscenely fast and doesn't seem to get tired, and no one likes him. And that's why you should go back to your mothers. Trauma.
Cyrus,
Oh
what do you
my
have in your mouth?
God.
Stop eating that. So yeah, tune in next time, see what happens as we arm this small child with weaponry, because that's what you do. And back to Alex.
I love this game so much. It brings me all the joy I need. Yeah, so thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. Until we see you next time, please make sure you take some time to play a game for yourself, and be good people. We'll see you soon.